Good afternoon. Today, the topic is why relaxation is not enough and transforming stress using Heartmath coherence techniques. I'm Sana Carpellotti, alchemist, strategist, Heartmath coach, and I have a private practice. I teach, I speak, I lead a retreat called From Hurt to Healed, and also have um, guided audios that are located on cdbaby.com. So look for the dates for the fall 2019 for the retreat that I'll be holding. It'll be about a 2.5 day retreat. So you can always reach me at my website, sanacarpellotti.com, if you have any questions or want services. So we're going to talk today, give you a briefing about stress and the Heartmath approach that is highly effective. I do also want to say that we have some big storms kind of rolling through here. So if I lose you, I will reset this time to redo what I started here. So stress is a silent killer. Our beliefs, our expectations, along with the level of stress that we carry into any given situation, can be heard in the language that we use and how we talk about our lives. So we might say things like, "I'm so crazed," or "I'm just too busy. I don't have time. Why does this stuff always happen to me?" It's easy to blame someone or a situation for how we feel, or we feel stressed when we have a certain emotion, like a certain emotion, such as anger or discomfort, which are not inherently wrong or bad. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. When we don't allow the emotions to kind of pass through or to resolve in some way, we risk holding that tension internally, and we will hold it in the body, because prolonged stress does indeed affect the body. We do not stop stressing, so there's an accumulative effect. Stress and recovery from an irritating or difficult life situation, it's all about our perception, and our responses can also be determined how depleted we are and the resources we have within ourselves, our support system that's outside of us, and the meaning that the event has for us. You may have heard yourself say something like, "I can't take much more here." So what exactly does that mean for you? So it gets confusing because life shocks can also cause distress in the stress that we feel. Your child is in an accident, you receive a diagnosis, or somebody dies. How you react and manage the flow of life is a determining factor in whether you develop cardiovascular disease, even how long you live, and the quality of life that you have. So that being said, I mean, is it okay to just cry or to feel angry? Oh, of course. There can be a lot of discussion on this topic, yet we know that post-traumatic growth can occur from any life stress that we have. You can take courses on that and read books on how people who have overcome great adversity through determination and applying the resources that they have internally to help other people as well, or even to write books. We also cannot dismiss the accumulation of historic unresolved stress, such as child abuse, or mom was mentally ill. And that can also compound the current stress response, and how difficult any given life situation becomes for us. So add to that the cumulative effect of day-to-day things, burnt toast to somebody not showing up on time, or something that we don't like or that upsets us. See, the heart, brain, body respond in a disordered, ill at ease sort of way. So if you think for a moment about how you manage your stress, like maybe uh, watch TV every night, or you sleep too much, or you take a walk or a pill, or you eat too much sugar or drink that extra glass of wine. So just notice what a temporary fix it is. You doze off, you might feel release, but then you get pulled back into the frenzy. The effects of stress are much more than fatigue from running the errands, or being frustrated because there are traffic delays, or the pain of a twisted ankle, or the upset after an argument. It's what we carry forward and what we hold on from the past. We are essentially playing the past over and over again with how we have learned to manage and cope with stress. So we stay high strung, get frustrated and angry, and we will hurt because of it. So the body is designed to handle stress, but it's also designed to return to ease. And that's where we kind of miss the ball, because we make so many decisions every day based on events, unexpected events, things that we have to follow through with. But the problem is, we don't return to ease or peace, and we don't know, if we start to get lost in our stress, how to effectively strategize to help ourselves. So when somebody is stressed, say 0 to 10, and they tell me that they're at a level 8 every day, well, there's no breathing room there. And so one thing can throw that individual over the edge. Stress is all pervasive, and it hurts. And we can also get pulled into the stress of others when we're exposed, when somebody who is also chronically stressed is also around us. So stress can become habit forming. We become attached to the pattern and the emotions that we have. And so we expect to feel that way when things don't go our way, because stress is about control and wanting things to be outside in the world in a certain way that match our beliefs and our expectations. So our response to everyday living circumstances can affect our health and even how long we live. So the idea that relaxation isn't enough is probably a little confusing. So we know that we can't control the world, and we believe that if we take a vacation that we'll find peace. We need to get away. We relax at the beach. So we rest the body and we listen to waves. So when you relax, you might reduce your heart rate and you might breathe a little easier and clear your head, but coherence is not established. Relaxation is really important. However, those stress patterns that you had, that you will still have, are imprinted in heart rate variability and the brain, and also the nervous system. And we have a mindset and a belief pattern and life philosophies that will support how we stress. So, and also the world will support your stress. So the world will not stop so that you can take a rest. So what coherence means is that it doesn't just necessarily mean that you have a lower heart rate, but there's a marked change in the heart rhythm pattern that speaks to the brain and nervous system. Those patterns are highly ordered. I'm going to show you this page here. I think you can see this. So you can see how this is in coherence here, okay, where it's a jaggedy, disordered like movement of the heart rate and the beats and the space in between the beats. But as soon as you apply Heartmath, things become more ordered and smoother, and the waves communicate to the brain um, that it actually open up the brain. So we can, relaxation, what I'm saying here is relaxation is superficial in stopping those stress patterns that you have established. Because keep in mind that stress is a warning signal. So you see traffic, maybe you curse and pound the steering wheel. But if you do it enough times, you're going to establish a neuro pattern, so that any time that you turn the corner and there's traffic, you start cursing. So we become accustomed to stressing and the habit of stress. So trying to quell the effect without addressing the cause, and a part of it is what is happening in the body. The cause can be also current life struggles, historic childhood stress, inherited trauma that we have buried. So the cause, like as I'm saying, can also be faulty approaches for for not managing yourself, or also not recognizing when you are stressed about something. But it's time for us to take charge, because here's what I believe. There exists a whole world of possibility in every moment of every event in your life. So that event shall take place as you think it should and how you expect it. So as I said earlier, we make a lot of choices every day, and the choices that we make from moment to moment will define our next moments unless we consciously take action. Oftentimes my clients, they have no idea how stressed they are on a daily basis until they experience true ease here and what I teach them. So if you so think about for a moment, how stressed are you from 0 to 10? 10 being very high on any given day. There's always an average. So just think about that and start paying attention to it, because if your stress is at a high level, you're just not going to have the breathing room when something happens. So the Heartmath organization put it this way. And this was a real eye-opener for me. It gave me quite a visual. A stress is a chronic state of stress is like drops of acid circulating through your veins. Phew, that's a big one. So Heartmath was started in 1992, and they have at this point over 300 peer-reviewed studies that they've conducted on the effects of the psychophysiology of stress, emotions, and also the interaction between the heart and the brain. They have proven strategies and have created programs to help us find true peace no matter what is happening around you, and how you can take charge and empower yourself. So you get to decide, you get to choose, you get to take action, because stress reduction is an inside job. So I was surprised when I went through the Heartmath training a couple of years ago. I was surprised to learn that we are taught that the brain orders the body, and it tells the body what to do. Well, that's not true. And Heartmath, well, actually, the ancients have always said this, that the intelligence of the heart rules the body. But Heartmath organization has proven that. They show that the heart sends signals to the brain more than the brain sends signals down to the body. So there's a communication from the heart 80% up and 20% down from the brain to the nervous system and out into the body. So heart activity affects brain functioning, how you think, your perceptions, your ability to concentrate and problem solve, and also the emotions that you have. So the heart is going to beat differently to different emotions, and you are not going to be fine-tuned to that unless it's extreme. And it also has an effect on our emotions and our cognitive functions. But there's also a reinforcing effect. So negative emotions such as anger, especially if they're prolonged, they can have an erratic, disordered effect on the heart rate that signal to the brain, and then the brain deactivates and reactivates the limbic system, and then your brain functioning becomes limited. So you can't think, you're narrow focused, you can't reason, you make illogical decisions, you lose your effectiveness. So now think about this. Okay, aren't those the skills that we need in order to solve a problem or to make a decision when we're distressed? Yes. So heart rate variability, the research tells us that even when we're resting, there's the heart beats irregularly, and HRV, heart rate variability, kind of measures the beat to beat changes and rhythms of the body. So the more erratic the heart is, the more disordered the brain. And think about it, when we hold on to stuff, we carry that forward out into our lives. We can't remember, can't focus, we get stuck in emotional patterns, and then that becomes how we cope. I wanted to show something to you here that I thought was really fascinating. So I'm going to hold this up here again. So you can see this is a PET of a police officer. So you can see here how he is, his heart rate is, pretty low. And then all of a sudden, there's probably some sort of stress here, but he gets a call for a domestic violence. Okay, so then he goes to the situation, okay, and his heart rate changes, which communicates stress to the brain. But because he is schooled in Heartmath, he is able to immediately, he rises to the occasion, and then he can slowly quickly return his heart rate variability and his stress levels back to his normal range. Now, typically, when they're unskilled, see, this stress level will remain high, and that is where we get into trouble, because that's where, when it's prolonged, we will have that effect in the body. But again, it's not about never being angry or never being stressed. We rise to the occasion, and then we take an action to self-regulate and to return back to like what our normal is. So when the heart holds positive emotions, okay, there's a state of what they call coherence that occurs, and that's the fluid flow of the heart rate, and that influences the brain. It literally opens. And what they found, which is really interesting, is that when the heart is in this coherent state, there's an expansive electromagnetic quality that expands beyond the body. So the heart is the central rhythm that sets order in the body through communication to the brain. So Heartmath is about skill building and also empowerment. So what occurs in your life? You're capable of recollecting yourself as soon as you can, so that you can kind of allow yourself to be with whatever the appropriate emotion is, such as grief, or needing to help somebody through something that is difficult. So what they have done is they've created programs and electronic devices for individuals, so that I work with individuals or families, or even corporate and business groups, to learn how to self-regulate and how to reestablish coherence as soon as possible when we feel upset, even if it's kind of like a little thing where the boss is being demanding, or um, there's traffic and you're late for an important meeting. So step by step, you learn about the body, this brain, heart-brain connection, as well as coherence, and also instructions on what you can do. The moment you begin applying the techniques, you literally change your inner ecology and how the body is functioning. Let's go through just a quick foundational breath technique, because certain breath techniques help to regulate the heart rhythms. So the key is that you want to breathe in and out within 10-second intervals. So just take a moment and put your hand on your heart and hold your focus there. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to inhale slowly to the count of 5 and then exhale to the count of 5, just keeping it nice and rhythmic. And go ahead and do that 5 times. Okay, so inhale and exhale through the nose as well. And again. Again. One more time. So breathing in this way can help you shift out of a stressful situation, what you're carrying internally, away from the emotion, so that you can decide what your next step is. So heart rhythms will affect our breathing rate and how it messages the brain. Okay, so if you noticed anything after just that simple approach, now there's a lot more to what the Heartmath teaches, but that is a foundational piece called heart-focused breathing. So if you want to learn more about Heartmath, you can visit my webpage up there or give me a call. I do this work privately with families, small groups, and also businesses. So I'm Sana Carpellotti. You can always reach me at my website, Life Changing Energy Therapies, or simply my name, sanacarpellotti.com. So thank you for stopping by, and I will be repeating this at 3 o'clock on my personal page, Sana L. Carpellotti, if you want to pop in there. Thank you very much. Have a great day.